this is Emily.
This is Stephanie.
And today we're actually going to do something really different. This is a unique original idea that I came up with. We're going to do a Bookerlette Tag. And what that kind of means is everyone, if anyone has watched the Bachelor show or the Bachelorette show, you basically have to have a bunch of contestants and you go on dates with them and you find out who is your one. So the one that...
In each episode they eliminate one person.
Yeah, and they eliminate each one person. That's a good detail. And so... I'm so excited about my idea. So basically, what we ended up doing was that we came up with unique ideal characters, or maybe not ideal characters, for each other. The first round will start out with 3 characters from books that we have read or showed interest in, and then we'll eliminate accordingly until we choose the one book character that we would probably like to spend eternity with. Dun 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 dun.
Because I feel like Emily tends to pick like classical people with all her like classical books.
Oh,
I'm
gonna be surprised.
And pick classical people, kind of.
Okay.
So, all right. So how do we start this? Do we just tell you like who the 3 people are, and then you just?
Well, you can like kind of go through an announcement, right? So.
All right. So contestant number 1. Will be Mr. Darcy from Pride and Prejudice.
That was fun.
I was just kind of like, which book have we not talked about?
The classical, quintessential.
Yes. So that is contestant number 1. Contestant number 2, Jay Gatsby from The Great Gatsby.
Okay. All right. We'll see about that one.
I already know who she's literally not going to pick, but anyways. And then contestant number 3, this is actually my favorite, Aragorn from Lord of the Rings.
We'll see.
Okay, so those are my 3 contestants.
Okay. All right. So, in full disclosure, I actually made these cards for you.
Yeah, she made the cards. I decided to do everything on here because I was not very creative and hands-on this time.
Yeah, it's fine. So actually, you can print out pictures
of
like possible cats.
Is this a guy who's like in bondage or something?
No. Okay, so your first choice, possibly, because I actually went based on books we've either read together and reviewed. Okay. So is going to be Darian Freeman from Bookerlette.
Okay.
So the movie star. I follow archetypes too.
Yes.
And then this is from Fictional Boyfriend Tag. Owen from the Elemental Assassin series. I decided to, choose him.
Okay.
Yeah, have an understanding. And then there's also Kay from the Six of Crows trilogy. Yeah, alright.
Is it a Kaz?
Kaz? Is that his name?
Yeah.
I thought it was Kaz. Okay, so Kaz.
K-S?
So,
that's his name?
Okay, so Kaz, right. I wrote Y for some reason. Okay, so Kaz from the Six of Crows trilogy.
This is that episode they're like, you always butcher their names. We continue to butcher their names.
So Kaz, sorry, I miswrote. So Kaz from the Six of Crows trilogy. So these are your 3 contestants.
Okay. And
I have settings and, well, obviously I'm the writer, so I wrote everything down.
Yes, she wrote everything down. I just typed everything.
Okay, so who's going to be the first victim? So wait,
I'm supposed to go through my dates now, right?
Yeah, okay.
So contestant number 1, Mr. Darcy from Pride and Prejudice.
So I'm just gonna go on a date on him.
Okay, so the first date is, we all know who Mr. Darcy is, right? Like he's the kind of foul-mouthed, like really rich dude who has no interest in, etiquette and whatnot, I feel like.
Okay, you just made him sound so awful, but okay. Do not be a matchmaker.
But somehow every girl loves him. They're like, we need to find my Mr. Darcy. I think those are the gold diggers, by the way. So anyway. Okay, good commentary on me. She's having way too much fun with this. All right, go on. All right, date number 1. Since I was kind of going into more of I wanted all the dates to be kind of period accurate, because this was written in like the 18th century, like the Victorian era, I would say. So I wanted to make it kind of in that era, but at the same time be a little modern. So for my first date for him, I said a carriage ride through Central Park.
Okay.
So they do have, our Central Park here does have horse-drawn carriage. So I figured that would be like a nice first date to kind of go around, because Central Park is quite big, go around Central Park, have a little get to know you talk and conversation. And then at the end, you know, you have a little picnic because that's what you do at Central Park.
Okay. So that was contestant number 1, right?
That's contestant number 1.
Okay.
And then contestant number 2, Jay Gatsby. He is this he was from like a rags to riches kind of, you know, guy, basically living the American dream in the 1920s. So for his first dates, I kind of had him go as like an all-out guy. Like the whole book really was about how he wanted to, you know, impress Daisy and like get her attention and whatnot. So for his first date, I said that, you know, the first date would be like the works, you know, the flowers, the intense meal, candlelit dinner. That's what I wrote. Live music, and since in the 1920s, maybe there'd be like, you know, orchestra, like a full orchestra playing in the background. I don't know. Drinking, but like since Emily is a non-alcoholic drinker, it would be like fruit spritzes. This is really funny for me. And she's like, I'm not choosing any of them.
Go on.
And then for contestant number 3, Aragorn, since he is known as more of an outdoorsy guy, as his date, I said like a horseback ride. You know, kind of doing like go through the woods, kind of get your adventurous, you know, outdoorsy side out. But yeah.
Okay. That was particularly short compared to the other 2.
Well, because Aragorn, because I mean, I don't know, like, this is his book is set in like, you know,
an imaginary
world.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's why I was kind of like, I don't really know what else to say other than he's like outdoorsy and like horseback rides a lot. And like does some fighting.
So, I guess I can fill in some of the details in my head then.
Yes.
So my idea, I guess, of a good date, let's go there first, isn't really one for the extravagance, I guess.
Yes.
Like, I'm definitely not into
I know.
really, like, overt displays of public affection. So I'd have to say that Jay Gatsby, in general, even as a character, I never really liked him, but I would say his version of romance is a little incomplete for me, is my way of saying it. I don't think I can ever meet up to his expectations.
Yep.
So, I don't know. I would definitely say he's closer to, like, elimination than the others, but I will speak of the others before I really make my final choice. So, like, Mr. Darcy, she obviously pushed no for him really hard, apparently. Like, she's just like, oh, anyone who's with him is going to be a gold digger. Yeah, okay. Real bonus on him. Honestly, at this point, it's like, fire her, please. She hired her as a matchmaker.
Clearly, matchmaking is not in my stars.
Oh my god. And then, Aragon, he sounds kind of interesting, like outdoorsy. I'm not necessarily not outdoorsy, it's just that it's not really my default, but having someone who would push me to do something different isn't a bad thing either. And he doesn't sound like the type of guy who'd be too like one, tacky, and two, like very I guess judgmental about like what type of woman he'd want to be with. So yeah, at the end of the day, like, even with Mr. Darcy, the carriage through the ride, still a little tacky, to be honest.
Hey, I was trying to go the classical theme here.
I guess, yes. I feel like for him it would be so boring, though, because he goes on carriage rides, like, all his life. You know?
Yeah, but, like, I didn't know what to do. That was just, like,
No, I'm not criticizing it. I'm just saying, like, as I'm thinking about, like, who Mr. Darcy is, right? Like, it's kind of like the modern day, like, billionaire always riding in a limousine. It's, like, kind of boring for him. So I'll take that angle and be like, he's sacrificing his, like, you know, entertainment for me. So
yeah,
I guess yeah, okay, you're just going along with this. I guess, yeah, at the end of the day, she already knew. I already knew. But sorry, Jay Gatsby, you're kind of not on my list. You're definitely good for someone else who cares about all those things, but I really don't see anything long term with you.
Okay.
Now it's her time. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, so who do you want to go first? Because I already told you.
I don't know, you just go for number
Alright,
one.
so I actually went a little bit more and beyond. These descriptions are more based on the character backgrounds, what their strengths are. They're not necessarily modern day set sometimes. And I have a whole background story about what they're going to do with you. So
okay, so she went this. I mean, this is her idea, so she went beyond with this one.
So yeah, in general, if you find this entertaining, I did my job. So with Kaz, your main setting for your date is going to obviously be on a pirate ship. Okay. And the main task in which the entire event's going to go is that you're actually going to be trying to get out of a very large trunk. So you guys are kind of in like an escape the room sort of setting.
Okay.
And you're actually like there's people looking for him because he's kind of a thief, right? In the story himself. So it's kind of an adventure story. And along the date, he decides to, while you guys are stuck in the trunk, he teases you about how like they're for your very keen sense of smell, because obviously there's fish barrels nearby, but he's like, is that fish or is that me? So I don't know, because you guys have been maybe stuck there in the trunk for a while and you don't know, because it's a pirate ship, you know, like there's a lot of conditions that like AC maybe you don't have, I don't know. And then he grabs your hand, and then you guys manage to somehow unlock the trunk by, you know, using teamwork. And then you guys jump off of the pirate ship through the escape while everyone else is chasing you down to a lifeboat that he's prepared, and you guys escape. All right. Okay. So in terms of the first date, that's kind of who he is, because this round is about who they kind of are. So round one.
Okay.
Kaz. I kind of already know who she's going to choose. But anyway, in terms of date, at least. So, Darian Friedman, your setting's actually going to be on a classic red carpet. And because he's a movie star, but his main date with you would then be a sneak away from, you know, the actual premiere to sort of indulge in a possible binge watch fandom fest of any of your favorite series. So then he basically takes your hand. This is kind of classic for all dates. And he then goes sneaking past all the, you know, paparazzi as well as security, and he drives himself and you, no chaperone, over to the fan fest where you guys have fun. Okay. So that's more modern day. Okay. And then you have Owen from the Elemental Assassin series, and he's interesting because of the different dynamic of who he is. So the setting himself is going to be kind of like on the run too, because like he's kind of like playing against your character. You're kind of like in control, and so you're kind of on like a task, mission, whatever, right? And and the setting himself is he's actually fetching you something to eat while you're running away from someone else. And then the scene himself is that you kind of are in a bit of a mess, and he is trying to get you guys get everything back in control, and he's running with you, and he decides that he actually has called up a helicopter as a backup plan to all your other plans, and you guys manage to escape that way. So that's kind of like who they are in an essence. No, like, I don't think it's all dates, by the way. I think it's all scenarios.
Let me do a little play down. The first one, Kaz, as much as I like him as a character, I don't know if being stuck in a pirate ship in a trunk with like who knows how long is a really good date. I think I'd be a little confused as to why I'm there in the first place. I mean, him, maybe I understand because he's a thief and he's running away, but me, why am I there? Like, I'm a little confused on that one.
Hey, you're looking for a life mate. You might as well know what their occupational hazards are.
Yeah, I guess. I just somehow like in this circumstance too. So I don't know about that one, to be honest. I mean, him as a person, I think, you know, I like how he had that backup plan, how he prepared already for that lifeboat. I was like, all right, at least you prepare for an escape, you know? Like an actual escape and not just from the box, because you're still in the middle of nowhere. For number two, Damien, I mean, it sounds like I can play this whole situation in my head right now.
Yeah.
The whole like red carpet and he's trying to escape. I feel like I've seen this so many times in dramas.
Well, he is a movie star. What else
yes,
more
that's true. I also don't really know how I feel about that date. I mean, I do like the fact that at the end we go see like a fan fest thing, like a binge watch thing, because I would like that, because I do enjoy going to the movies and whatnot. I just don't know how likely that would be from the beginning. But who knows? For the third guy, Owen from Elemental series, Assassin series. That's all I have to say.
Okay. So you have to pick. You have to pick someone.
I think, I'm sorry, like I know I liked him in the fictional boyfriend tag that I wrote, did, but I think I want to have to eliminate Kaz.
Okay.
Just because I don't think that is I mean, I like him as a person and as a planner and all that stuff, but I don't know, I'm into a life of like thievery.
Yeah.
And piracy.
See? I saved him on her all this grief. You got to see them who they are in their element. That's not really dating, but that's
Okay.
life.
Yeah. Alright. Okay.
Because the whole point of those shows, aren't they, like to be like, oh, sign up for marriage? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Easy. Now I'm doing the whole crackdown. He's like, from the beginning. Are you okay with this?
Okay.
Alright.
I need to continue in round 2 at this point. At this point, she has eliminated Jay Gatsby from The Great Gatsby. So for round 2, we're back with Mr. Darcy versus Aragorn.
Fun match.
Okay, so date number 2, I thought, this one honestly, I already know Emily, but I figured, whatever. Since, again, this is still set kind of in the Victorian era, and at that time, a lot of what a lot of people do for social was, go to dances. So for date number 2, Mr. Darcy, I said go on some sort of like dancing date where they maybe learn something fun, like ballroom dancing. I don't know. Kind of, like, guys, something a little bit like not outdoorsy, but like active. And then kind of learn how to dance. I don't know. Just because, every good 17/18th century girl needs to know how to dance. So that's
I am not a 17th, 18th century
I know,
girl.
but like it's still a good thing to know in today's world. Like knowing how to dance a little bit.
I don't think we dance in today's world.
Okay, we grind.
Yeah.
That's fine. Some people call it dancing. So that was my second date, going on some sort of.
Okay.
But it's kind of realistic. I had a guy ask me one time to go on like a dance.
And you didn't keep him? Why?
Because I don't really dance.
Okay. Anyway, it's like...
Anyways, so that was for Mr. Darcy. For Aragorn, for his date number 2, since we all know he is still an outdoorsy kind of guy, and in the movie he does a lot of fighting and whatnot, I pick maybe like more an outdoorsy date again, maybe like a shooting range or an archery range, just because you get hands-on experience. He might not hold your hands, but he can certainly help you guide how to shoot the arrow,
So he's good for apocalypse. Okay.
Yeah, if he's a zombie situation, I'll help you.
Okay. Alright. Cool. Alright. Is there a choice 3?
Nope.
Interesting enough, I never really saw Mr. Darcy as a type of guy who'd ever voluntarily ask someone to go dance. Except in terms of etiquette, at the time he was supposed to do that, so he kind of like begrudgingly did it.
Yeah.
But if like Darcy existed in today's world, he probably would have been like, what is that? What is this hullabaloo?
No, but at the same time, he was willing to go out of his way for the girl.
That's true.
So like in the book, she still wanted to go dance.
That's
so
true.
he went.
Yeah, but the problem is I don't really like to dance, so.
That's not really the point here, okay?
Yes, it is. I'm going on a date with him, not Elizabeth Bennet right now. So, I mean, I think in terms of compatibility and the word compromise, I'd say I have probably more in common with Mr. Darcy than I do with Aragon. Although it would really depend on their personalities, which she hasn't really given me much details on.
The personalities are what we know.
What we need to know?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I didn't change their personalities.
Because actually, to be honest, I was leaning towards Aragon because he's actually he's a pretty sensible guy. He basically is furious with, you know, in the book with his elven love for her giving up her immortality for her. But he also understands that it's like her choice to do that. And he is pretty humble as a character. He doesn't really like, he understands that there's this kind of human, like kind of like greedy plague going on with his family in terms of like, and he's kind of like reluctant to be king. So I don't know, actually. I know that you're kind of surprised, but like Mr. Darcy, especially since he said that word gold digger, I really don't want it to come off like a gold digger, because that's a little like against like, I guess, my idea of what a good couple would be. Nothing against actual gold diggers, but I don't know. Actually, I would probably pick Aragon just from what I know.
Oh, even though you liked his Mr. Darcy's second date?
I didn't really like his second date either.
Oh,
I don't like dancing.
So who are you eliminating? Mr. Darcy?
I'm eliminating Mr. Darcy. So I would actually rather go with Aragon.
So you actually picked you picked the same guy that I would pick too. So I guess that was my final choice.
Yes, that's my final choice. So now, who are you going to be with for eternity? Dun 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 dun. Alright, so funny enough, these are all modern day settings now. So Damien and Darian. Damien.
Is it Darian?
I thought it was Darian.
Oh, Darian.
Freeman, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so on your second date, now you will be in kind of a low-key Saturday date, like an all-day dates, just because now you'll know. Is that he actually scheduled? He took out all the events on his Saturday and actually had this one bonus of like closing down an entire like theme park, like Disney related like theme park for like a fandom or whatever, and then you guys would be just having like the fun on like the rides, etc., the snacks, and he decides to also buy you like whatever you want, you know, like cotton candy, play like arcade games, you know, the usual. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's your particular date. And then with Owen,
I like that picture of this guy. Like, look at this picture that she came up with.
Darian's like this right now, and this is Owen.
With the glasses on, like.
Yeah. So your actual date will be
I'm a little afraid to hear what she's gonna say.
Okay, so your setting is actually in hospice care.
And where?
Hospital.
Oh,
hospice care.
Oh, okay.
And there's a reason for that, and it's unbeknownst to him, you're actually playing a prank on him that you have substantial injuries.
Okay.
And so he decides to do whatever he can to make sure you feel comfortable. So he brings you soup. He like tries to take care of you because you basically told him that like you have a broken arm, broken leg, whatever. You know, you're playing a prank on him.
Right.
And so basically the entire setting is you reacting to, you know, how much or how not he's a caregiver. So that's the next, not really date again scenario, but there you go.
So for Darian, his date actually sounds kind of fun. The whole amusement, because I do like amusement parks. I do like going on these rides. The thing is, I don't really like him as a character in the book, so I'm kind of like at odds with this. Whereas for Owen, I did like his character, but this date, I don't know if I like that date. Like, I feel like I do prank people, but not to that extent.
You wouldn't enjoy it if it was you pranking with someone else?
I mean, I would think it's funny, but I don't know. I feel like it's too much effort for me to be like, I don't know.
Okay.
But
They're meant to be hard choices. That's why I was laughing so hard.
Because I'm debating if there's a third choice too. Well, I would say I would probably pick Darian and eliminate Owen just because, I don't know, I did like his date a lot more better, but I don't really like his person. I don't know. I'm very like at odds with this because I like Owen as a character. Date, not so much.
Okay, so as a matchmaker, I'll pitch in a little bit. So the idea of what Owen's date was kind of like you basically see offhand like how well or how badly he can actually take care of you in real need, which is actually a real question you should be asking when you're trying to be with someone for eternity.
That's true.
Eternity.
I just don't know if that's a good point.
Eternity.
Clearly she is like heavily weighed in on this situation.
No, I'm just trying to like scare her because she clearly like chose very interesting picks for me.
I guess if it is for eternity, maybe I would pick Owen. It'll be good to know how well he takes care of me.
All right, I'll come up with like a bonus round date. How about that?
No, it's okay.
Okay. Like actual real dates, because now I know like you actually want real dates instead of
no
crazy
okay.
shit.
No, I would. Let me. I'll change my original answer. I'll pick Owen.
You pick Owen?
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds about right.
All right.
Okay, cool. So I actually found her a man who would actually take care of her for the rest of her life. Yay! Good job.
Yay. And I found you arrogant who will teach you to be out of your comfort zone, which actually I think it's good to have for everyone.
Yep. All right. So, and then now you can go on real dates.
Real dates. Okay.
They're scary, you guys. It's like I just like unload. It's like get all the hard stuff down first. All right, now you can go easy.
All right. Well, that was an interesting book tag.
Okay, yeah. So we clearly had two different approaches to it. Pick whichever one you want, and if you guys want to do your own, definitely tag us and let us know so that we can also watch it and applaud you for your efforts. So yeah, this was actually kind of fun.
This was actually kind of hard for me because I was just like, what dates do I think about?
Well, clearly because her approach doesn't involve crazy stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, don't forget to follow us. We do have Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. So do like us and follow us on there.
Yeah.
And we'll have a podcast if you're interested in just listening to us on the go.
Yeah. And please comment down below and subscribe. Thank you guys.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.